Good day, students. My name is Dr. Ekewinu Dafe Bruno of the Department of Music, Delta State University. I'm here to take on GST 111, and the first topic here is the significance of national and institutional anthems, the case of Nigeria and Delta State University, Abraka. From Ekanta 2009, it records that some theme of most anthems in the world specifically celebrate historical personage or events that exalts the beauty of a country, how great the country is, and what are some of their achievements. And Miriam has it that it's a song of praise that is officially accepted as a country song. And in Wikipedia, it sees it as a composition that evokes and eulogizes. When we say eulogizes, we mean praise. To praise something, to praise someone. Eulogizes the history and tradition of struggle of its people, recognized by a nation's government as the officially nation songs. Now, a summary of these three definitions. There are some key features of the national anthem, and they are outlined as follows. A national anthem or an anthem is a musical composition. It must be sung. It's a song of praise which is officially approved and owned by a nation. Usually, it could be sung with or without instrumental accompaniment, musical accompaniment. And it's important for us to know that apart from nations having anthems, institutions like educational institutions, clubs, football clubs, associations, ethnic groups, or cultural groups can also have their anthems, well, with their mission and vision statements well embedded in these anthems. The Nigerian anthem, a summary of what we have in the Nigerian anthem, is an official musical composition that informs the citizenry of their benefits, of their basic civic duties, responsibility, praise for the country, celebrating of our leaders, and also employ the grace of God to direct a noble cause, guidance to our leaders, and building a healthy nation for all. Now, the Nigerian national anthem is in two stanzas, stanza 1 and stanza 2. So it is sung with the same tune. The stanzas are sung in the same tune, and it is written in English language, and now it has been translated to the three basic ethnic groups in Nigeria: the Hausas, Urhobo, and Yorubas, and some ethnic groups like Urhobo, Okpe, and Shekiris have also translated the Nigerian national anthem into these various languages. The Nigerian national anthem, the music is composed by Benedict Elide Odiase, and it was adopted for use in 1978. Now, mind you that Benedict Elide Odiase is not the one who wrote the text. The text was sent in by various persons, and a committee was set up to harness and coordinate this text. And what Benedict Elide did was to set this text into music. Now, the context and performance etiquette. So I'm sorry, in our slide here we have the content, but I'm correcting it to the context. The context is when do we perform it? What is the contextual environment where the national anthem should be performed, and the performance etiquette. The etiquette is what are we expected to do when the national anthem is being sung. 1, the national anthem can be played with an orchestra or without an orchestra. It could be sung a cappella. 2, it is played in military and paramilitary routines. When we say paramilitary, we are referring to areas that are complementing the military force. Things like NCDC, the road safety corps, the Nigerian Civil Defense. These are paramilitary. So when they have their normal routine, for example, when the president wants to address a military gathering or an official gathering, the national anthem is to be played to give it an official coloration, a governmental coloration. Now, also gatherings and assemblies of schools in their early morning assemblies, the national anthem is being sung in the Independence Day celebration before the governor or the president gives his statement to the nation. The national anthem is also sung. In our media houses, radio and television broadcasts. The national anthem is sung in the morning to sign in the program, and in the night to sign off the program on radio or television. It's very, very important. It's very important. If you look at our radio, in like example, the Delta State Broadcasting Corporation, you find out that before the station opens in the morning, the anthem is being played, and the last thing that closes the station in the evening or in the night is the Nigerian national anthem. In our educational institutions, in convocation ceremony, inaugural lecture ceremony, oath taking ceremony, before the celebration begins, the anthem must be played to give it an official coloration. Now, the official etiquette. What are we expected to do when we hear the national anthem being played? First, everybody must stand up at attention position. Usually, everybody must stand irrespective of whatever obstacles or things that is plaguing you. You must not move. You have to stand still to respect the nation. And secondly, if there's any flag, if the Nigerian flag is on or is put out, it should be set flying. Now, we have some direct and indirect impact of the national anthem. I will take them briefly. First, the direct impact. We said veritable means of national identity. When we say veritable means, we mean an authentic means. When singing or playing the national anthem in a multinational gathering, it announces the presence of Nigeria. For example, in the African Union, or a gathering of world leaders, or even in an athletic competition where Nigerian fans are represented or Nigerian athletes are represented, the national anthem is sung. When it's sung, yes, it tells you that this is Nigeria. And the national anthem, it's like what I said, it signifies the starting and ending of any governmental related events, occasions or ceremony. I've said about the media houses, the government and public activities or gatherings, convocation ceremonies, inaugural lecture, etc., etc. And some of the indirect benefit or indirect impact of the national anthem is it helps to nurture young ones towards becoming good citizens. Children, youth, and adults are informed of their fundamental roles in national building. The Nigerian national anthem educate, inform the civic, and also the social nature of our country. And thirdly, it reminds us of our primary and civic responsibilities or duty. And it's a sign of authority for the speech of the president, governor on radio or television. And it also arouses the attendee with the psychological attitude of oneness. For example, in a national gathering, maybe Nigeria is playing a football match now with another nation. When the anthem is being sung, the participants, the fans club, and those persons there are all united. They are happy. They rejoice that yes, Nigeria is on the lead. Now the pledge, the Nigerian national, the pledge. What is pledge? Pledge is something like it's a serious commitment, like a vow. Yes, we are pledging to do something. The Nigeria, we have a pledge. The pledge, the pledge is not to be sung, but is to be recited. The Nigerian pledge presents a personified vow of faithfulness, loyalty, honesty in national service. Now we have, like I told you, we have the two texts, the two stanzas of the Nigerian national anthem. The first stanza, let me just sing the first stanza because of time. But when you have time, you browse and sing the second stanza. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. Thy labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. That is the first stanza. The second stanza also has the same tune. Now, the etiquette is that when you hear the singing of the national anthem, you must stand at attention. Now, we'll go to the next slide. We have the textual analysis. In the summary, the summary of the textual analysis shows that the national anthem is okay. The music analysis. We said the Nigerian national anthem is strophic in structure. There's two stanzas. The two stanzas are sung with the same tune. So in music, that term is called strophic. Like our hymns, we have hymns having verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4. They're all sung when they're sung in the same tune. The term used for that is strophic in structure. And we said the anthem is harmonized in SATB, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. The melody is actually taken by the soprano only. What the alto, tenor, and bass does, they are harmonizing that melody. They are not melody on their own. So the melody is one melody which is taken by the soprano, but the alto, tenor, and bass, they're harmonizing that melody. In music, the term is known as the structure is homophonic structure. It's homophonic. It's not monophonic. If it's mono, then only one melody is singing, nobody is singing again. That's monophonic structure. But this is one melody, line, and all others harmonizing that melody is homophonic in structure. The tonality is F major. In the piano, if you are playing it, you play on F. If you are playing an instrument that is not transposing, then you use it, you play it on F major. The meter is in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Arise, O come back. 1, 2. So that's the meter, the tempo. You can't. The meter is the timing. The tempo is the speed. Tempo is the speed. The tempo here is andante, walking pace, not fast, not arise. You come patrol. No. You are rushing it. Arise, O come back. It's a walking pace. So in music we call that andante. Andante is an Italian term. The anthem starts with an anacrosis beat, an upbeat. It's not on a downbeat. It's not on the pop beat. It's on the upbeat, which is the fourth beat. And the last phrase of the anthem is sung forte. Forte is loud. It's an Italian term for loud. And why the very last phrase is retardando. You retard the pace. Initially, it's 1, 2, 3. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's color. So at the last phrase, to serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. You see, you are retarding the speed. So in the national anthem, the last phrase, you retard the speed. In music, that is called retardando. That is retarding. It's an Italian term anyway. So we have the Nigerian coat of arms. The Nigerian coat of arms, it serves as a national symbol of identity as well as authority. It was adopted on the 20th of May 1960. There are some scriptures and inscriptions that is embedded in the coat of arms. Briefly, we have an eagle on top of the coat of arms. The eagle represents strength, while the horses by the sides, the two horses by the side facing each other, they are chargers, and we call them chargers. They represent the dignity of the country, among the dignity of Nigeria, among African nations and the world. And we have the green, white bound on top of the dark shield represents the abundant, fertile soil of agriculture, and the grassy field and flowers at the base represent the beauty of the nation. And we have the Delta State University. Yeah, we are now back home. Delta State University. We have our logo and our motto. It is important to note that as a student, like what I said earlier on, that the nation has anthem. So also institutions, education institutions, either secondary school, primary school, universities, they have their respective anthems. Even clubs, like what I said, clubs, you have Manchester United, a Yimba club, they can have their anthems. You know, even UEFA Champions League, they have anthems. So now we are now restricting our study to the Delta State University. We have the logo, we have our motto. The Delta State University was established in 1992 with logo and the motto. The motto of the Delta State University is knowledge, character, and service, and it's written on the brace of the logo. The logo is round. The slogan of the Delta State University is Great Delsu, Great Brains. The logo is circular in shape. It contains the following features. We have a book, we have a water, we have the oil ring, and the Tox horn. The water represents the river Ethiopia, which embarks the river. The oil ring represents crude oil mineral exploration. The exploration it speaks about the major major economic base of the nation. The Tox horn represents the symbolic, the royal culture of the people. And the anthem, Delta State University anthem, came on board in February 2010. It was initiated by the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Eric Arobaye, and it was coordinated by Professor Imrobome Idolo, a staff of the Delta State University Department of Music. The music was composed by Dr. J.O. Ofosu, who was then a staff at the Department of Music. The anthem is titled Delta State University Anthem. The anthem is to be performed in all university ceremonies like the matriculation ceremony, convocation ceremony, inaugural lectures, inductions, report-taking ceremonies, conferences, among others. The anthem is performed with full chorus and orchestra. The lyrics are in 2 stanzas and it has a refrain. The refrain means after every stanza you sing the refrain. After the second stanza you go back to the refrain. That section you go back to is the refrain. Now let me sing the Delta State University anthem. Delta State University, Delta State University, the founding of our fathers, nurturing our cherished generation, a vision to harness the past and present, projecting the realities of tomorrow, beyond gender, race, and color. Great Delsu, great brains, strives in hard work for self-reliance, great in knowledge, character, and service. We pledge to be good ambassadors. We pledge to be good ambassadors. Great Delsu, great brains, strives in hard work for self-reliance, great in knowledge, character, and service. We pledge to be good ambassadors. We pledge to be good ambassadors. That is the first stanza of the Delsu anthem. You can apply the same tune to sing the second stanza. Now, from a textual analysis, it captures the foresight of the founding fathers of the university and the standard upbringing of future generation. They should be equipped to understand their past, present, and forecast into the future, irrespective of the gender, race, and color. And the slogan of the university, like I've said, is a great brain and a great Delsu. Let's go to the musical analysis. For the musical analysis, it is sung with chorus and the instrumental accompaniment. The anthem is written in the key of B flat major. Those of you who have conversation with the piano, play the anthem on B flat. The anthem is scored for soprano, alto, tenor, bass, SATB, the same way with the national anthem. The textual structure is homophonic. The texture is homophonic. The music is strophic in structure. That means the 2 stanzas, they use the same tune. The 2 stanzas use the same tune. The meter is simple duple, 2/4. Unlike the national anthem, which is 4/4, the Delsu anthem is in 2/4, 1-2, 1-2. Delta State University, 1-2. That is it. Then we have the hemiola pattern. The hemiola is used in the last section of the refrain. The hemiola is when you break a duple time into triplets. That is, instead of 1-2, 1-2, you have 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2, 1-2, and that is reflected in the last phrase. The last phrase there is, let me sing it. Beyond gender, race, and color. Great Delsu, great brains, stripes in hard work for self-reliance, great in knowledge, character and service. We pledge to be good ambassadors. We pledge to be good ambassadors. So that last phrase, ambassadors, is a triplet. We're breaking that duple time into triplet reading. That is called hemiola in music. Hemiola technique is an African music terminology. Now the tempo is allegro, fast. Remember the national anthem, the tempo is andante, walking pace. But this one is allegro. Allegro is an Italian term, fast. Delta State University. So you go in that fast tempo. The dynamics will have crescendo and diminuendo, which will gradually getting loud and gradually getting softer. Thank you. Now the last section is the suggestions or recommendations. Some suggestions have been made here. One, children and youths who will become leaders of Nigeria tomorrow should be encouraged to have a firm knowledge of the Nigerian national anthem to enable them become good citizens and uphold the praise and glory of their fatherland. And also we encourage also everyone to sing the national anthem when we are in a gathering and the national anthem is being sung. Everybody should sing so that we can internalize the text, because the text is also informative and educative to us all. And we try to discourage the use of bringing DJ, disco jockey. They just record the anthem and they play the anthem on the CD and people just stand and get. No, we must be involved. Everybody must participate in the singing of the national anthem. The federal government should encourage the singing of national anthem at the nursery, primary and secondary school levels. So also schools should be well equipped with musical instruments to be played along with singing. Well, it's important for us to actually sing the anthem, because we may find ourselves in a situation tomorrow where you've been nominated into a ministerial position or ambassador, and you are being called for interview to be screened by the Senate or House of Rep. They may ask you, please recite the pledge or recite the national anthem, and it will be unfortunate for you not to know your national anthem or even the pledge. And so some persons have missed opportunity, have missed ministerial position and ambassadorial position because they couldn't recite even the first line of the national anthem. So it's very important. And also the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Victor Peretomode, also made it compulsory that even Delsu graduates, before you're even employed here, you must be able to at least recite the slogan of Delsu, and also even sing the first stanza of the anthem. Hence, this topic is very essential and important for us all. Thank you very much.